Hello, myself Dr. Sneha. Today we'll be discussing about the concept of manas according to the study of Ayurveda. So for the introduction, we can say that Ayurveda believes about a proper health or a complete health when we consider all physical, mental, spiritual and social well-being of a person. So health is incomplete without the incorporating or without the concept of manas involved in that. So whenever there is a person with a proper physical health, then surely his mental health is also in a proper state. Ayurveda has an important place for manas as it influences all the activities of both manas and sharira. So it is also considered to be the bridge between the sense organs and the soul of a person. So we can perform any knowledge when atma is attached to manas, and when manas to the indriyas and indriyas to the indriya arthas. So whenever there is indriya in a normal state but mind is affected, then the organs functions will be obstructed and the individual cannot perform a proper activity or a proper function of that particular incidents. Maybe like anything functioning, you're doing some work. If your indriya and manas are not in a coordination, then that work will not be done in a proper form. So this is because the manas of a person has an inevitable role in the purpose of gaining knowledge or in the source of gaining knowledge from the environment or from the social society. And manas is considered as Ubhayatmaka Indriya, where both Jnanendriya and Karmendriya are in functioning process. With the combination of Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, your manas will be acting. So in the darshanas, we also have manas, or the importance of manas is being explained as to Adhyatmika Tattva, and manas is given equal place along with the Atma. Next part will be the concept of manas, where we are discussing about the importance of manas in a physical body or a human being. So here we can see that manas, you have a shloka which has been explained by Charakacharya in Vimanasthana, where Sattva Pariksha is among the Dashavidha Pariksha. So diseases of Sharira and Manas will be caused due to the vitiation of the Rajo and Tamo guna of the Manas. So you have three gunas of Manas, that is Sattva, Raja and Tama. Sattva guna is very good guna, we consider it to be. So Sattvic person. And Rajo and Tamo guna are also good, but Tamoguna and Rajoguna will always increase the negativity or reduce the illness to the person. Though vitiation in between these Rajo and Tamoguna might cause Manasika Vyadhi or Sharirika Vyadhi also. Etymology of the Manas, the word Manas is derived from Man Dhatu. Asun is Pratyaya. So the word Manas will give a meaning of knowledge which is perceived. Origin of manas in the Sankhya philosophy, it has been discussed in Shushruta Samhita, where manas is originated from the ahankar along with sense and the motor organs. According to Charakacharya, manas and indriyas are originated from khadi, etc. Like it is also a sukshma bhutas. Sthana of manas is Rudaya according to Charak and Shushruta, and according to Vagbhata it is Koshta Madhyagama, and according to the Belacharya in the Bela Samhita described, Manas is situated in Shira and Talu. Paryayas of the Manas or the synonyms of Manas are Chitta Chetana Rudayam, Rit Manasam, Atindriya, Sattva and Cheta. Now we move on to the Gunas of Manas. So in the Gunas of Manas you have Anutvam, that is atomic dimension, and Ekatvam, oneness or the singleness. So these are considered to be the more specific terminologies to describe manas, where you have a basic characters like your manas has a very small atomic dimension and it is oneness, like you can't divide it. It is Ekata or Ekatvam. In the Guna, Sattva, Raja and Tama are the normal characteristics of Mana, that is the Triguna of Mana. Sattva Guna is responsible for the spiritual pleasure correct knowledge and enlightenment or prakasha to that sharira or to that person. Rajoguna is responsible for the functional entity of an individual, and Tamoguna for the criteria and the darkness. Mano Artha. In this you have Chintya, Vichara, Uha, Deya and Sankalpa. In case of Chintya, you have things which are requiring thought to think about to do or not to do. So that is your purpose. So you are doing Chinta whether to do that work or not to do that work, whether to go or not to go. So that is, we can say it to be a decision making things. That will be your Chintya. Vicharya is, it is also similar, but in this you have a distinct analyzation where you can, which is enough to direct the mind to accept or to reject the things. So you're sure you're not doing that, you're not doing that. That is Vicharya. That is your decision type. Uhya is, you are discussing with your own self, like you think some things in your mind, like maybe I can do this, or maybe this is not good to me, or I might study now, no, it's okay, I'll study tomorrow. So these are all your uhya. Dehiya is, it's your emotional thinking about distinct things. You're thinking emotionally to the external factors, or you're reacting to the external factors emotionally. Sankalpya, it is determination or the consideration. You have that sankalpa. Sankalpa is like you are very firm that you have to do this thing, or you're very sure that you have to do that. So that is your sankalpa. Seat of mana is, you have various references for this, like where the mana is located in the body. If we just go on according to P.V. Sharma on Charaka Samhita, he has said that it is infinite. So mana is continuously active, so it cannot stay in one particular place. Hence it is very difficult to say that this is a place where mana is located. So this is the saying of P.V. Sharma. Hridaya is mentioned according to Charak and Shushruta as a seat of mana or chaitanya of the body. But whereas Vagbhata has also indicated that Hridaya is the actual seat of mana, where Hridaya is considered to be the seat of trigunas that are normal characteristic of a mana. In case of Sira, it is explained that prana and indriyas are situated in Sira. So the whole indriyas mana is superior because it is controlled by them. And Sarva Sharira is the whole body, which is the seat for the mana. Acharya Bela has mentioned that seat of mana is between the head and the palate, where the modern views like Dr. Gananath Sen, Dharmendra Banerjee and Damodar Sharma state that Hridaya is the state of mana and it is indicated as the brain. So Mano Karma or the functions of mana will be Indriyabhigraha, that is control of sense organs, Swasya Nigraha, self-resistance, Huya is hypothesis, and Vicharya is consideration. It is represented by the actions of the mana. Indriyabhigraha, here you can control your sense organs. How do you control your sense organs? If you don't want to see an object, if you don't want to taste an object, or if you don't want to touch an object, so this is all controlled by your Indriyas. And your mana, if your mana is telling to touch, your indriyas are acting on it. If not, it doesn't act. So this is your controlling capacity. Swasya Nigraha is you're controlling your emotions, or say you're controlling your mind. This is called as self-control. So that is, when do you do self-control? You have a nature of mana which is chanchala. Chanchalatva is, you're not sure, you're confused whether you are taking a decision right or wrong in any stages or in any conditions. So that is your chanchalata. In that you have a swasya nigraha. So whenever you're doing something wrong, your mind tells you, no, this is wrong, you shouldn't do this. So that is your self-control, which is initiated by your manas. Then uhya is maybe your imaginations. So fine, we imagine lot of things happening, maybe good or bad. We have a very good imagination part. That is, you're creating thoughts and you're imagining it. Why? You're just creating yourself, like you want it to be in this sense. Whether it happens or doesn't happen is not a matter, but you're just preparing your mind to make those things happen in that sense. That is your imagination. Vicharya is you're thinking upon the perceived object for this reception or rejection. So you have seen something and you're thinking on that object. That is your vicharya. Like you have been listening to some classes. Maybe you have some doubts, or maybe you have not understood some topic, or you have understood it very well. So you will be thinking it. If you're not understanding the topic, also you think, and if you understand the topic, also you think. But the way of thinking in these two conditions will be different. So that will be the vicharya. Okay. And then mano doshas, according to Charaka and Shushruta, you have two doshas, Raja and Tama, which are called as Manodosha. These are considered under Manodosha because they vitiate the condition of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Irsha, Mada, Shoka, Chinta, Ubhaya, Bhaya, Harsha. These are all vitiated or initiated in the body by Rajo and Tamoguna. In the Charaka Vimanasthana, Charaka has explained about all these Manodoshas. Manasika Vikaras are also similar, like when the physiology of these manobhavas like kama, krodha, etc. will be disturbed and they are considered to be abnormal in the body. That is, we consider these kama, krodha, bhaya, irsha to be a pathological state of a person. So why do we consider this to be a pathological state? It's not like everybody who has bhaya, krodha, kama, irsha, it's like fear, greediness, or any selflessness feeling, like you don't feel happy on others happiness, or you don't feel good for others. So these are all not pathology for all the time, or they are not pathology. It's common in every human being that you have some negative feelings and positive feelings. So but whenever we consider it to be a pathology, it is when the person is having these features in a higher range. Those higher range might affect the other person, or it might affect you personally. We consider it to be a pathology and we start treating that. So that is a manasika vikara. Here what happens is your manasika krama or manasika stage will be impaired, and you will be having the different aspects of manas which are being affected. In this you can be affected with buddhi also, you can be affected with the smriti also. You don't have bhaya bhakti. So these are all manasika vikaras.
We'll see the remaining portions in the next video. Thank you for watching.